Good morning, everybody. This is Shelly Rivera with Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. So, today I'm working on downsizing. Um, so, CJ and I are getting ready to try to do a little bit of traveling for a little while. So, what we're doing is we're using his truck. He's got a Durango, so it's a little bit bigger, a lot more space than my little Mazda. I have a small little Mazda crossover. But yeah, so we're gonna use his truck, and then we're gonna get like maybe some overhead storage and a little trailer or something, something we can haul on the back of the truck, and basically between the truck and the trailer, those are the things that we're gonna have. Number one, we need to have things that we need to work, which is going to be like his rocks, beadwork, his my beadwork, his yarn and string and everything he needs for his dream catchers, the wiring and everything he needs for his wire wrapping. So, and like toiletries and food and things like that, things that we absolutely need to, number one, survive, and number two, to make our living. Um, so everything else we can't take with us. So I don't consider myself very much a hoarder anymore. There was a point where I just had anything and everything you can think of in my closet, around the house, whatever. And I had a lot of stuff. I mean, I used to have like this huge, basically a 4-bedroom apartment home. Both of the kids stayed with me, and it was just a lot of people in the house. The kids, my kids, you know, my son-in-law, and then at the time I was dating somebody, him, and then his daughter, would stay every weekend. So it was a lot, and I had a lot of stuff. I had accumulated a lot of stuff because there was a lot of space to accumulate a lot of stuff. So about 3, 4 years ago, I started watching these two individuals they call themselves a minimalist. And I started thinking about everything that I had. And I was in a very tiny apartment at the time. It was maybe 500 square feet. It was considered a 1 bedroom, but it was definitely efficiency feel. There was no doors in there really. It was just maybe the closet and the restroom door and a door to my bedroom that made it feel like I was in a closet. So I never shut that door just because it felt like I was sleeping in the closet. And I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, you really, really want a tiny home. And I did. I wanted a tiny home because I think number one, they're very pretty. Number two, very affordable. And number three, you can add on to the outside and make it as fancy as you want to. So that was my thinking. In that process of thinking that, like, I'm going to go from here to even smaller or the same size, I still have a lot of stuff in this apartment. I had boxes completely. I had a huge closet, a walk-in closet, and I had it stuffed bottom to top with boxes of just stuff. So little by little, over the past few years, I'd say the past 5 years, I've been going through and cleaning out and cleaning out and cleaning out. And when I moved from that apartment to here in Cleveland with CJ, my husband, my at the time my daughter-in-law was like, "Mom, why do you have all this clothes? And a lot of it still has tags on it. When are you gonna wear it? Why do you have it?" And I thought about them like, yeah, I have a lot of stuff. So a lot of that started going away, a lot of the clothes. Like if it didn't make me happy, I didn't feel good in it. It had already sat there for a couple of years and I still wasn't fitting in it. It had to go. Tags and all. It was gone. So now I have a small closet here in the guest bedroom because the closet in the master is way too small and it only has his stuff in there. So I'm like, okay, this all this stuff in this closet is even a lot of stuff. I don't want to get rid of every single last piece because I do whatever's in my closet now, I do wear. I don't wear it as often as, some of the other things, but there are a few things in there that are, your fancier, dress up and go out kind of thing. So my thinking is go through the closet and I have a marker in there, and everything that I wear daily goes in front of that marker. Everything behind it is stuff that I haven't really worn or haven't pulled out or whatever. So what I'm trying to do is anything in between those markers that I have in the closet are the clothes that I use the most often, and that's clothes that I'm probably going to end up taking with me. Everything else, uh, if it doesn't fit, if it hasn't fit, if I haven't worn it, then it's going to go in a garage sale. And I do have a big chunk of my clothes in the garage sale right now. But anything else there, stuff that I have worn occasionally, and it's for, fancier things like the weddings, the quinceañeras, the going out, nice dinners, things like that. Those are the things I'm going to fold up, vacuum seal, and put those away. I'm not going to get rid of those. But I am going to put those away to where they're going to take up less space. And then there's the books. I'm a reader. I like actual paper hard copy books. I have a Kindle and it's great, and I have a couple of books on my Kindle that I read every now and then. But I love the feel of paper. I have books, and not just random novels, this and the other. A lot of it is also books for my training, for my fitness training. So I have a lot of books on the mechanics of how to be a trainer, and nutrition books, and books on meal prepping, things like that. So I have to pare down those as well. What do I actually need that will help me in the process of working and being a trainer and nutrition coach? And what are things that are just, I'm going to need later as reference material? Anything that's reference material, maybe take a couple of books that I'm reading right now, and definitely depend on my Kindle for everything else that I need to read. And that's my mentality on thinking of the minimalism that I need to do for me. I don't have really that much stuff as much as I used to. There is still quite a bit of things that I hold on to, like the kids stuff, like report cards and Mother's Day cards and Father's Day cards, and photos from the family, and when we used to take pictures and put them in the photo album, some scrapbooks I made for the kids for them growing up, things like this. And it's things like that that I have and I hold on to. And it's a lot still. It's still a lot. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the next few weeks, trying to pare myself down that way. It's not so much to put away, because we eventually, we talked about it, and we are going to need some kind of storage. I don't want to have to buy things like for the kitchen over, like the pans and the cookie sheets and the muffin pans and the dishes and things like that. I don't want to have to buy all that over. There's no need for that. We have perfectly good stuff. All we need to do is compact it, pack it up as little, take up as little bit of space as possible. And we're going to try to go for a shooting and paying for a whole year of a storage, just in case, if not, at least 6 months, hold us for 6 months and put everything in storage. There's a lot of big, like fitness equipment. I don't want to have to buy all that over. I've already invested all that money. I have a big ass rig that I need to put away. I have 3, workout benches, a whole bunch of heavy, plates and things like that I need to put away, that I can't take with me, that are going to take up too much room. So I need to bear down and take it, the things that are going to help me get through my online workouts. And I have a target of what I'm looking for when I start doing my online. So that's the type of equipment I'm taking with me. You can have minimal amount of equipment and still get a good workout. So that's what I have to do. I have to figure out what's that minimal amount of things that I need to take with me and still be able to train and get results for these people. So I'm gonna change my mug today. This is another thing. Coffee is a big deal for me, and I have a million coffee cups. I've already gotten rid of a million, and I still have some. So I gotta really decide on which ones reflect my personality, and just keep those. Definitely my witch's cauldron is stained. Uh, I got one where CJ and I have matching cups. Mine is green, his is red, and we got them from one of our many adventures going out. We went to San Marcos to a snake farm, and we got matching cups. So those stay. Um, and I'm gonna have to keep one for Christmas. I have a couple of really cute, well, actually several cute Christmas cups that I have to decide which one I'm keeping. But really, that's pretty much it. And then today's topic is minimalism. What in your life is weighing you down, even if it's not thoughts or stress or things like that? What actual tangible items, things that you hold on to for dear life, that actually are weighing you down without even knowing it? Like if you had to all of a sudden just get up and take off, how much stuff would you really be worrying about taking with you? Do you really need all that stuff? It's stuff. And it took me a long time to understand that, what stuff is. And all it does is weigh you down. The kids things, that's something that's been a very hard for me to deal with, getting rid of the kids things. And I go through and I look at it, and I've pared down a lot. Like I didn't need to keep every single report card. I didn't need to keep every single, Mother's Day card. You know, um, separated the fathers, the things they made for their dad, and I have it separated. Maybe one day he'll take all that. But it's just stuff. So what do you do with all the stuff when you have to get up and go? When you have to, not because you want to, we want to. So I'm doing this purposely, minimizing everything that I have in my possession, taking only the things that we absolutely need, and then a few creature comforts that I'm going to want, that are going to help me get through certain days. But if you had to, maybe I'm gonna say women have a really hard time with clothes, purses, and shoes. I have not even thought about my shoes. I have two buckets of shoes, two big buckets of shoes that I need to decide what I'm gonna do with those. And what are your things? What's your stuff that weighs you down? What are the things that you could do without? What system would you use to minimize everything that you have in your possession that you absolutely know you really don't need it? You hold it for the what ifs. What if one day I get invited to this? What if one day I have to do this? What if one day I'm going here? Or what if one day I'm going there? All the what ifs. Do you really need all those what if items, those what if things weighing you down and cluttering things up? And every time you have to make a move, you have to pack up all these things, and all you're doing is shifting them from one place to another and not really utilizing them. Start with one thing. Start with your closet. You don't even have to throw anything out right now. Do what I did. I made the markers. I have this point and that point. Anything that I take out of the closet that I use, I put it in between those markers. And as I go, I shift things back, right? And, things that come from the back of the closet and I put it in that, little marker point. Anything outside of those marker points, you have to decide. Number one, winter stuff. Yeah, you're not going to wear your jackets all year long. We hardly ever wear jackets. Those definitely, you got to figure out which one of those you're keeping for Michelle. And then the other stuff is all these t-shirts, all these blouses, all these things like this. Okay, so I'm not wearing them, but are they still going to be something that, number one, I like? Number two, I like the way it looks on me, I like the way it feels. And number three, is it something I have used in the past? If I've worn it a couple of times in the past, I still like it, it still fits, then maybe I will consider keeping it and putting it away in storage. But if it's something that I don't like, it doesn't make me happy, doesn't make me feel good, and I haven't worn it in over 6 to 7 to a year, then maybe I should consider letting go of that item. And that's where I'm at right now with my closet. I'm gonna focus on my closet first, all the clothes, and then I'm gonna tackle my shoes. So I already know right now there's a few shoes in my box that I can just automatically get rid of. I can't wear heels anymore. I used to have some big heels. So automatically those things are going out. I can't do it anymore. The most I can do is a kitty heel, and that's about it. That's all you're gonna get from me. So uh, kitty heels, I gotta decide which one of those I'm gonna keep. But things like that. Now, what could you do? What point in your house, in your life, in your things, books? Um, what are the things that you could probably whittle down and have the least amount to not take up so much space, to not weigh you down, to not have to feel like I have all this stuff. You have 50 books. You're not going to read all 50 books. Which ones have you already read? Which ones can you send off and share with somebody else? And most of the time it's going to be, the reading material, the novels and things like this. Technical books, very hard to get rid of. But which ones do you absolutely have to have? Which of those technical books has the best information for you and what you need to do, how you need to learn, how to keep refreshing your mind and remembering, oh yeah, I forgot this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Or yeah, I can do it this way. Here's a good article. This is how I can do that. Those kind of things. So with that, I'm gonna get up, start doing my closet, start doing my shoes, and just take it day by day, because this closet thing is gonna be a challenge. I'm down to bare minimum now, and I gotta go a little bit more. So we'll see how this goes today. So Michelle Rivera with Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. I wish y'all a very happy, healthy, prosperous, and abundant Monday. And remember, I'm also Luna Fitness Evolution, getting ready to start doing online workouts. Start looking for me. Camp Gladiator here in Cleveland, Texas. If you're around Cleveland, Texas with Camp Gladiator, come, try out one of my groups. Definitely you'll have fun. And also we are CJ Rivera, Michelle Rivera, the Healthy Hippie Ranch, bringing spiritual healing, guidance, and doing dream catchers, wrap jewelry. We also offer plants right now. Once we get on the road, maybe not so much. But definitely start looking for us. We'll see y'all. Have a good Monday. Love y'all.